Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today is a very special video because this is the first episode of my first ever Let's Play on this channel. And on any channel, it's not like I've done any before. And I'm super excited because I've been wanting to do this and I didn't really have the tools, like the right technical tools to do it, but now I do, and I'm super excited, and I will probably be rambling a little bit in this video because I'm so happy to get started. The story that I want to tell you in this Let's Play and that we're gonna explore together, it starts on a very, very lovely but also particularly slow Thursday afternoon at a bar. This guy called Ken, he saw a very beautiful girl. Her name was Felicity, and he saw her across the bar, and it was not a very crowded bar, but he thought, well, it doesn't matter that there's only one woman in here. As long as she looks like that, I'm fine. And he went up and he talked to her and he ordered her a drink, and he wanted to introduce himself because she was just so pretty. And, you know, this girl, Felicity, she was just as charming as he had imagined. And very soon they were chatting and they were both feeling flirty, just as the ambience of the Stargazer Lounge where this happened to happen. These two people, Ken and Felicity, they became tipsy, and, you know, they were really feeling flirty, and they decided they wanted to sneak off to a nearby closet and have some fun, you know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. After a few weeks, Felicity wasn't feeling right, and she realized that something was probably wrong, so she decided to take a pregnancy test. Lo and behold, this test was positive, and that was a very negative experience for Felicity, since she had not spoken to Ken since that flirty afternoon that they had together at the Stargazer Lounge. And actually she wasn't planning to, but now she sort of had to, right? So she called him, and it was super terrifying, and he was not very happy about the whole ordeal. But he decided to do the decent thing, and he said, well, he had a place where they could stay, and I guess they could try to make this relationship work, you know, for the baby. Felicity and Ken moved in together and things were fine, but not for long, because they started having fights, and these fights grew worse and worse. Felicity was really trying to make the home nicer, and she also wanted to save up some money for when the baby came. But Ken, he just lounged on the couch all day and watched TV and was eating chips, and they just didn't see eye to eye about this whole having a baby together. They both wanted to make it work, but none of them were ready to change. And by the time the baby came, they were really not in a good place. Little Cody came into this world with his parents not happy with each other, so he had a hard beginning. His parents were fighting often, and he was often left to himself. As a child, he would stay out after school just to avoid going back to the noisy inferno that was his house. While Cody was out on these walks by himself, he was just hanging around in parks and wherever he could find a place where no one would bother him and where no one was screaming at each other. He met a cat, and he kept meeting this cat, like these two became companions. Cody named the cat Princess because he was sure it was a girl. And Princess and Cody had a lot of fun times together. Princess was the only one who really understood, the only one who listened. His parents never did. By the time Cody was 15, he decided he wasn't gonna stay in this life anymore. He was gonna leave his parents' house and try to make it on his own, together with Princess. Just the two of them, as you know, all his happy memories were of him and Princess just being out and about, going fishing, going for a walk, hanging out at the park. So he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna take this anymore. I'm gonna leave my parents. They don't really care anyway. And he went out on his own. And this is where our story begins. So, here he is. Cody Arnold. Out on his own. Except, he has his cat, Princess. And she is just so cute. And right now, he's feeling very self-assured from aging up. But I can assure you, deep down, he's very scared. Scared of the situation. Now he's all alone. What's he gonna do? He has to find a way to make some money and get some shelter. Right now he can sleep on a park bench and he can, of course, use the bathroom, like the public bathrooms up here, but he's all alone. He has nothing and no one to take care of him. And that is so sad. No teen should ever have to be out like that. And that is part of why I also called this Let's Play From Poverty to Plenty, because it's sort of like Rags to Riches also. It's sort of like a combination of Rags to Riches and Runaway Teen. But I'm not gonna use all the rules from the Runaway Teen challenge. I'm gonna do this as a Let's Play, and I want to do stuff that seems to make sense, and not what makes sense in our story, the story that I'm gonna tell you and that you're gonna hopefully supply input to it along the way. So I feel like he's still gonna go to school and everything. What he wants is to grow up to have a better life than what he would have had he stayed. Okay, sorry, but what is going on over here? Is that fish? Oh, wow. Sorry. He wants to make a better life for himself, one that is better than what he could have had if he had stayed with his parents. So that's sort of what he wants. And in order to do that, he needs to get an education, and he knows this. He knows that he has to give it his all, give it his everything, and make his own way in life. He doesn't expect anyone to give him anything, which I think is very cool. So I feel like after he's done petting his cat a little bit, I'm gonna make him do some homework, because that's something that he really needs to get started on. He needs to get good grades in order to get ahead in life and in order to make a better life for himself. And why won't he do his homework? There we go. Yeah. Let's take a look at him. He is a nerd brain. I feel like later in life he will probably want to have a very great family. He will want to make a safe home environment for his own children at one point, but right now he is he's quite a nerd, and his traits are that he loves the outdoors, and the reason why he loves the outdoors is because the outdoors is where he met Princess, and it's where all his life, that's where everything nice has happened to him outdoors, outside. Nothing nice ever happened inside, like at his home, so that's why he really loves the outdoors. And also he's quite a loner, and that's also because a lot of the other kids in school, they just didn't understand his situation, They had lovely parents, always home, never fighting, always having dinner on the table when they came home, and that's just not what he's been used to, So he's quite a loner. Of course, he loves to be with Princess, he loves his cat, but other people have always been a mystery, somewhat of a mystery to him, because he sees his parents and he feels like, how could love ever work, and how could people ever be together? How could companions ever work? They are not even friends. So he has some issues with that, but I hope we can work those out for him. And also you see his character values, they're all in the red. Like, the responsibility is the only thing that's not totally out there, and that's because he always kept going to school and really trying to study for himself, and also because he wanted to make something of himself, wanted to make a better future. I think we will have to work on some of those as well, but of course it's gonna leave its marks that he comes from a family that just, wasn't a very loving and very safe environment. That's gonna have an effect on a child. But hopefully we can make a better life for him. Yeah, so we're gonna... Ooh, Princess has been bitten by a squirrel. Squirrel bites may cause illness, so keep an eye on your furry friend. Oh no, let's hope she doesn't get an illness, because he only has like 50 simoleons. He can't afford to take her to the vet. So we'll have to see about that. I feel like this episode is not gonna be with a whole lot of gameplay. So I feel like this episode I'm gonna end it here. And this was sort of an origin episode. And from the next episode we're gonna start working on our goals and start working on getting Cody Arnold to a better place in life than where he is now, sleeping on a park bench all alone. So let me know down in the comments what you think should happen to Cody and how you see his life playing out. And also if you have any feedback or ideas for what you would want this Let's Play to evolve into. I'm very open for ideas. Of course, I have some thoughts of my own as well. But let's do this together, So for now, bye from Cody. Yeah, on the park bench. Okay, bye.